was saying that July 4th will never be the same. Hi. uh, I see you spying on me. But you're just spying on me. You're just checking me out. Start from the beginning. Start what from the beginning? Our relationship. What do you want me to start from the beginning? Or what I was talking about, or okay, well, let's see now. Okay, today, the 10th, would have been my mom and my stepdad's anniversary because they got married on July 10th, 1993. So today would have been their anniversary. Monday, the 13th, my brother Ken that passed away in Georgia, him and his wife, their anniversary will be this coming Monday, the 13th. A week from today, the 17th, is my brother Ken's birthday. So, and let's see, I got some others on here. I got Dennis Garlinger, a friend of mine that's on Facebook that used to live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where I lived for a while there when I lived in Michigan. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee now, but his birthday was last Saturday, July 4th. So, and then of course my brother in Indiana that passed away, he passed away 2 years ago on July 4th. So it was 2 years ago last Saturday when he passed away. And I've also got marked on here this coming Wednesday, the 15th, is when I go to that concert in Columbus, Ohio, to that AC/DC concert. That's this coming Wednesday, the 15th. So I'll be going to that on the 15th, and then I already said something to Melanie about taking Thursday the 16th off, because after I get done, then I will, head on down to my sister's, because from here, my sister is a three-hour drive, but from after the concert in Columbus, I've only got an hour and a half drive to my sister's. So I figured while I'm down, halfway there, I would just go and stay at my sister's rather than drive all the way back here and then have to be to work at 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday. Because the concert starts at 7, I won't be getting out of there until 10, 11 o'clock at night. And then if I was to drive back, I wouldn't get back home until, 2 o'clock or after in the morning. Then I'd have to get up at 6 in the morning to go to work, be to work by 7 in the morning. So I'd be very tired. So I'll just go to my sister's and spend the night and then get up. Then I'll leave on Thursday to drive back. So, and actually what I'll probably do is I'll drive back on Thursday, that'd be on Thursday the 16th. And what I'll say something to Melanie about maybe working on Friday the 17th. Since I'm going to take Thursday the 16th off, I'll just work on Friday the 17th. That way I'll still get my hours in, because on Thursday the 16th I wasn't going to use vacation time. I was just going to, be short those hours. So I'll just work on Friday instead of Thursday and still get my hours in for the week. That way, that way I won't be missing any hours of work. Yeah. Oh, it's just gonna be another day, I'll be there. We'll just be hanging out, doing nothing, just being bored, just another day. No, and I'm looking forward to it. I really, 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 really am. So now I got two more things I got to do. Is one is will be to buy my airline ticket, and then once I get my visa in the mail, I will go to down to the DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles, and get my new, driver's license. They'll have that, star on it, that will allow me to fly on a plane. So I got to have that. So once I get my visa, I will go down and get that. It's just a matter of waiting to get my visa. Matter of fact, I will sign out of my bank account right now, and I will go into my. Let's see, I can sign out of that one. That's a confirmation. I save that, and now I go into. What was I going to go into? Duh. Oh yeah, my mail. I'm going to check my mail because I'll know. See, I can go into my mail on my computer. That way, I don't have to worry about doing it on my phone. And I will sign into my mail, and it will give me I've signed up. I did this, like over a year ago. I signed up on online or on my website and stuff to check my mail, and every day that I'm getting a mail delivery, no matter whatever it is, packages, letters, envelopes, whatever, I can go into I can sign into my mail, and it will tell me exactly what I have coming that day and stuff. So I'm signing into it right now. And let's see. Come on now. Okay. Okay. Check all. Let's see. Uncheck that. Uncheck that. Uncheck that. Uncheck that. Uncheck that one. Uncheck that one. Exclusive. Single cellular. I don't care about that. I already know it's eight. Okay, let's go into my. This is my email. My email. Your daily digest for Friday 7/10 is ready to view. I have no mail coming today because it says mail pieces 0 and it says packages 1, and and the package, I go down here and I click on it, and it says expected delivery Saturday, July 11th, which is tomorrow. So one of my packages will be arriving tomorrow, and the other is not due to arrive until the 13th, which will be Monday. So I need to see which one it is that will be arriving. Okay, I'll sign into that. Yeah, the one that I'm getting tomorrow, it left, well, it was, the shipping label was created in Wooddale, Illinois, which is like 2 states from Ohio, and it has departed Chicago, Illinois, on its way here. So just gotta just gotta wait until it shows up tomorrow. So when I get home from work, it'll be here waiting on me. Whatever, whichever one it is. So I can actually go into delete that, and you have, okay, this is from Expedia. Uh, you have booked this properly through our partner Verbo, part of Expedia Group. You will receive additional information for your stay through email with Verbo and the property manager, including a link to the Verbo account, which will enable you to manage your booking. Okay, well, it's already booked. So, okay. You're beautiful. Thank you, sweetheart. Now, let's see what else I got here. Okay, go into my Gmail account, and I got three emails in my Gmail account. Robert Lynn, mystery box. Man, I don't care about that. Landlord. Okay. That one. That. And it says the landlord of 311 East South Street is waiting for your free screener. So I found an apartment here in Wooster that's bigger than what I have right now. It's and it's not that far away, and it's more than what I'm paying here, but it's a bigger place too. So I have a lot more room. Will I have a set? If I get this, I mean, I'm not going to get it right now, but I'm just looking into different places, and it's sort of like a high rise, but it's I don't know, like about 5 or 6 stories high, so it's not real high, but the sooner you finish your free screener, the sooner you'll move forward in the application process. It takes 2 minutes to show the landlord you mean to start your free screener. So okay, yes. Now that you got your hair all nice and beautiful, you put your eyeliner on, you get dressed and go out and make all the guys go, ah, goo goo, ah, goo 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 goo. Make all the guys make eyes at you. You gonna go outside? Oh, you're not gonna go outside right now? Well, considering it's 10 minutes till 9 right now, so probably won't be too much longer. You'll be going to sleep, yeah? And like I said, here in about, it's 9, 10, 11. So in about 2.5 hours, I'll be leaving to head to my doctor's appointment. And then, after that, then I'll be going to get plasma. So I will, hon. I will come back home to you. Don't worry. I'll be back. Mwah. You're my wife. You're my wife. You're my lover. You're my everything. You're my best friend. Mwah. And about 1 month from now, I will be kissing those lips in person. Mm-hmm. Yep, in about 1 month, because it's the 10th here now. At midnight, yours will change over to the 11th. So for you at midnight, it'll be a month. Exactly. So so midnight your time, which is like another 3 hours. It'll be midnight the 11th for you, but then in 12 more hours it'll be the 11th for me. So yep, it's still about a month away. It's getting closer. And I need to go get smaller and smaller. It's almost there. It's almost closed all the way, just about. But I've got to go through. I've got paperwork. I've just got stuff just laying everywhere. I need to go through a whole bunch of stuff and file stuff in my filing cabinet. You see, I have it's a it's a it's a 2-drawer filing cabinet. That I keep all my paperwork and stuff in. In the bottom is like all my tax forms from all the different years, and so I just need to go through all my stuff and put stuff in my filing cabinet, and you know, just because I just got paperwork laying everywhere, so I just need to go through everything and put it where it goes. Like I've got all of this, all of this is stuff I got to file. Like see, like when my rent, when the money comes out of the bank each month, it's like it's like this one right here. It's I've got it highlighted in yellow. It's that's my rent that comes out. When something comes out and clears the bank, I highlight it in yellow. You know, and then I file that. I got in my filing cabinet. I got a thing that for my rent receipt, and this is like my rent receipt, and like this is every once a quarter, every 3 months, I get one of these in the mail, and what it is the newsletter from the CCHO. So every quarter, every 3 months, I get one of these one of these newsletters that gives you updates of what's going on and the children that's there, and and different things that's going on out at the children's home and stuff. So I get this once every 3 months. Matter of fact, I'll show you what I've got. I'll pull it out in my in my let's see. Let me find the very first one. Oh gosh. Ah. See? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. What is that? I tell you. When you got to, you got to. So, these, that newsletter I was just showing you, this is all the ones that I've gotten. Like the very first one here, you see, this is what they look like now. You know, this is what they look like now. But when I lived at the children's home, um, this is what they look like. You know, so like this one here, the earliest that I have, because some of these I got from Kevin, the administrator out there, because he gave me a lot of old, back copies and stuff. So this one here, the oldest that I've got is dated July, August, and September 2005, up through this newest one I just got, which is dated, must be on the back here. Um, I know it's got the date on it somewhere. Oh yeah, this one, this latest one I got is dated April 2026. So I got all these different newsletters and stuff, from, earliest is in 2005, and now, last one I've got so far is 2026. So, I'm on their mailing list, which I signed up for years ago. And so every month, or every quarter, every 3 months, I get, the newest newsletter. It just gives updates on how everything's going, what's going on, let's see. Okay. But, so I get these every 3 months. So let me, let me put this back in my filing cabinet here. Back in here so it don't fall out. And let's see, what have I got here? About, put this back in there. Open that up, get that in there. Okay, now, all this paperwork, just lay it back over here. Yeah, everything that I get, like, well, when I pay bills, like, when it clears my bank, like my rent, my internet bill, I don't do my phone bill. I don't worry about printing that out. But, I can always go back into my bank accounts, if there's ever a discrepancy, where they say, well, this wasn't paid or that wasn't paid or whatever, I can go back in and I can print something out and say, oh, yes, it was, because here's the proof that you got your money from my bank, that my bill was paid. So, and I pay basically everything online. I don't have checks, so I don't write out checks and, mail them. I do everything online. My, my, um, my credit card that I have is paid. I pay it online. Um, I go into my favorites bar and stuff, and I've got uh, my life insurance, my car insurance, my electric bill, my phone, my internet bill, my phone bill, my car payment. Um, it's all paid online. I have it set up so that it automatically comes out every month on a certain day. And when I make this list up, I list everything that I'm going to be paying that month or whatever. And then I list and then in the brackets I put on there the date that it's going to be coming out, and then I put the amount that's going to be coming out. So I make one of these up every single month. And then when something comes out of my bank account, I just put a check mark by it. Okay, it was paid. So, yep, I do that every month to see, like, these are all, previous months that I've done. And this, like, I have more of these. I have, somewhere up here, I've got one that was completely full, but I kept it, I keep it and stuff. Like this one that I'm working on right now, very first one was April 2022. So it's been over 4 years since I started on this one here that I'm, with pages and stuff. So, but I got another one up there that goes back farther than that. Do what? I will be leaving here because I gotta fly out of Cleveland, Ohio, because there's a closer airport to here, but they only fly within the United States. They don't go overseas anywhere. So I gotta fly to Cleveland, or I gotta drive to Cleveland and fly out of there. So I will be driving up there it will be on Sunday, August 9th, the day that I'll be catching my plane to leave. And then I'll be leaving my car up there because they have parking lots up there at the airport. They have two different parking lots. They have a short term, like if somebody's going to be gone for you know a few hours to maybe a day, but then they have a long term parking lot, which is what I'll park in because I'll be gone for like a week. Because I'll leave on the 19th, I'll leave on the 9th, but I won't return until the 19th. So I'll be parking my car in the long-term parking lot up there at the airport. But I won't know what time I'll be driving up there on Sunday the 9th until I book my flight. Because then I'll know what time the plane leaves. So until I book my flight, I have no idea what time I'll be leaving on the 9th. Yep, she's tired. I bored her to sleep again. But I'm working on getting everything ready for us, hon. You know. Oh no, no, no. I flew when I was in the service because down. I enlisted in Dayton, Ohio, and I flew out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and flew to Chicago O'Hare Airport in Chicago. And then when I left there, I flew back to Dayton, Ohio, and then I flew from Dayton to California where I was stationed out in California. And then when I left California, I flew to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then when I got out of the service, I flew from Philadelphia back to the Akron Canton Airport, which is the airport that's closer to Wooster than what Cleveland is. So yeah, oh yeah, I've learned a lot back in like 75, 76 and stuff when I went into the service, and then when I got out of the service. So oh yeah, I haven't flown since 1976 when I got out of service. But yeah, I've flown before. Now I haven't flown a long distance like I'm going to be flying when I come to see you. You know, that's going to be a long flight, especially especially when I leave California and flying across the Pacific Ocean to Manila, and then I'll fly from Manila. Then I'll catch a flight from Manila to Davao City. But from California to Manila, that's going to be like a 11 or 12-hour flight one way to go across the ocean to Manila. So, yeah, that's going to be a very long flight. So, that would be my first time flying over the ocean, yeah. But it won't be my first time flying. But, yeah, flying, that'll be my first time ever leaving the United States, other than when I went to Canada to Niagara Falls. And Canada is part of North America, but it's not part of the United States. So, yeah, yeah, Canada is part of North America because there's North America is like Mexico is in all the United States, and Canada is all part of North America. Well, and then also below Mexico, like Guatemala, Ecuador, El Salvador, all those countries down there and stuff, that's all part of North America, but it's, you know, but those are other countries down south. Just like Canada is a country that's not part of the United States. So, you know, you got the United States, then you got Hawaii, which is one of our states, and then you got Alaska, which Alaska is it's owned by the United States, but the actually United States bought Alaska from Russia years ago. Back in I think it was like the 1930s or 1940s or something like that. America bought Alaska from Russia because Russia used to own Alaska, what is now Alaska. Yeah, yeah. It's just like that. It's just like this coin that I got here that I showed you. It's got, you know, a picture of Queen Elizabeth, you know, Elizabeth II on it. Um, you know, it's an Australian coin because Europe, you know, and stuff owned at the time they owned, you know, Australia. So that's why a lot of the coins in Australia have like, you know, like Queen Elizabeth and stuff, you know, because Alaska is associated with Europe, like London and all the all those countries over there and stuff. So it's just like way back in the day before many hundreds of years ago, you know we won our independence. Because it was like last Saturday, July 4th, was our Independence Day. That's when we celebrated 250 years of independence, and we got our independence